So tenant screening. What are the things to look for when you're screening tenants? You guys are all self-managers, so I'm sure you've done this. So what are big red flags in general? Is a credit score really a big red flag? So it's maybe, right? I get a maybe. Anyone say yes? Anyone say no? Does anyone reject due to credit score? Because if you do, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, Jay. Sorry. Here's the reason why. My best tenant that I've ever had in my entire life, and I still talk about them. I'm starting to have some issues with him, so I'm not sure I can say this story anymore. We're having a little bit of fisticuffs. I want to sell the property to him still, but nice guy. Just with the analytical, when people are dumb, you just have to smack them around, get them in line. That's really the job. Your job is to get them in line, and that's mean to say, but you want them to stay in the property so they know they need to respect the rules, and you just have to be gentle with it. Okay, he had a 550 credit score. I rented him a single-family home. He still lives in it. Do you know what reason for his 550 credit score was?
Medical bills.
One $25 medical bill. One. How can someone that has one ding on their credit of a medical bill have a 550? No credit cards, didn't disrespect his credit. Just, that wasn't the thing. He didn't want to play the credit game. People do that. Does that mean you shouldn't do a risk because they're 550? Absolutely not. I rented him a house, right? So credit score does not mean anything, okay? What means things?
Eviction history.
Eviction history, that's one. What else, guys? Felons? Well, I would say felons, it really depends, okay? So what portion of the criminal should we try to avoid?
Drugs.
Well, I would even say drugs is a little bit difficult, right? Especially because marijuana is now legal, so if it was possession of more than a certain amount of marijuana, now it's legal, right? So that's a hard one. So, I would say anything violent, right? I would say sex offenders because they have to be registered and people are specifically looking at sex offenders. I would say a significant theft, grand larceny, right? Things like that are what you're looking for, not nonviolent. DUIs, honestly, who cares, right? It happens, it's terrible. I'm not trying to suggest it, but do people that have issues with alcohol that then drive, is it one single incident where it was a bad decision? Or is it systematic, right? That's what we're really looking for when we're looking at rental history, okay? So that's one. So we talked about criminals to some level and how I think about it. We also talked about it with respect to credit. Credit doesn't matter. Eviction history is good. What are the other two big red flags? Let's say three. Well, there's 2 or 3 other big red flags that we're looking for with credit, with David.
With credit?
Well, no, not with credit. With anything else on that.
Moving a lot of times in a few years.
I actually don't look at that one either. No? Nope. What, kids? Can't do that. That's a fair housing violation. Fair housing violation. So I called their landlord reference, and I will never do this. So if you ever call me, someone actually called me from a group, said there's this guy, and I think he's your tenant, and he was fantastic, so I told him the truth. I will never lie on a landlord reference, okay? I will only answer your questions on a landlord reference.